Alright guys, welcome to a FTI Live Tech Talk. I'm Jason Goyette.
I'm Kruper, I guess.
And I don't know if the camera's on me, but I'm Chris Call.
It is.
Alright, I'm Chris Call.
Yeah.
And he's a big Windows fanboy.
I am the Windows fanboy.
Yes.
I love it.
Windows 8 is the best
Windows
according to
fanboy.
him.
Windows 8 is amazing.
To me, it's got some things going for it, and
Check this out, folks.
going
Check this
against
out,
it.
folks. Give me the camera again. Look at this. Boom. Because I like.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love that.
And watch this. Watch this. I'll show you. Okay. So if you click this button, you get this thing.
You taking a drink?
Okay? You get all your applications and files and such.
Actually, Cole, I just see. I see the Hangout, and that's it.
Oh, really? Weird. Hang on then.
Yeah, make sure you do the full screen option.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the full. Yeah.
Problem is, hang on. Hopefully it shares the right screen.
Oh, I see. There we go.
Okay, so this one shares my desktop.
There you go.
Okay. If I click that, this thing comes up.
Oh, so it's almost like my start screen, except not as good.
No, this is better. You got
Exactly.
applications here. You know, files, photos, other things. And legal notice.
Oh, good to have legal notices built in.
Yeah.
Alright, you ready to get this thing going, guys?
Yep. I'm just getting Facebook Home set up here on my thing.
Alright, Jason, start us off, man.
So the topic is Tweetk for Air, iPhone, and Android to stop working May 7th. Now, do you guys really use Tweetk?
I don't know. Not since they
No?
said, not since they announced that they were going to be killing it off now.
Yeah. Did you use it for
Yeah, I haven't
Google
used
Chrome?
it in a long time.
I actually like it for Google Chrome. Google Chrome is pretty decent.
I mean, what does it give you over the standard sort of Twitter interface, though? I mean, I've got no problems with the Twitter
Dude, I
interface.
can have like all my Twitter accounts. All my Twitter accounts, I have like 5 of them. So I could add all 5 to that Tweetk, and they'll have all 5 like streams and all 5 mentions and all 5 messages and everything all right there.
That's
But
true.
when you go to Twitter.com, you can't do that.
That's true. I mean, is there another option that's available? Because I remember when TweetDeck got bought out by Twitter.
Yeah, Tweetbot.
When TweetDeck got bought out by Twitter, they announced that this was going to sort of happen over time, and I think that's the only major option, multi-user tweeting, that's available in TweetDeck, but not actually on the actual Twitter applications now, because they integrated a lot of it.
Yeah.
Is there other options?
I do like the Tweetk though, but I don't like it. I don't like it for the iPhone. I tried it on the iPhone and I didn't like it.
Okay. Have you tried
Yeah,
Metro on your laptop?
I like it a lot better for Google Chrome.
Yeah, they're keeping the
What's
Google
that?
Chrome version.
Did you? Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try Metro Tweet on your laptop.
What'd you say, Chris?
Did you try Metro Tweet on your laptop?
Yeah, I tried it, but it was alright. It was decent.
Yeah, I thought it was alright too. I tried that too. It just
Yeah,
seemed
it was alright.
seemed like I was
Yeah.
missing out.
No problem with it.
How did you try it on Linux? Cole?
Exactly.
Well, I started on Windows 8 because remember, I got this computer partitioned, so there's 2 OSs.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's just the process of killing the application off. They've already announced they're gonna kill the application off, and now they're doing it sort of in waves. They don't want to kill complete support overnight, but they're going there. Not a
Yeah.
big deal, I don't
Now, do
think.
you think they're going to add anything to the Google Chrome desktop version?
Absolutely not. No, TweetDeck is, they
On
already
Google
announced
Chrome
TweetDeck is dead. They're going to kill it. They've stopped development for it. We're not going to see any features.
Yeah. And Cole, no.
Well, you probably should.
Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? Let me go ahead and do that then.
Because what does it say right now? We have 0 viewers.
Yeah, go. Oh, well, talk amongst yourselves while I keep this out there. How's that sound? You could go on with the next topic. The next topic is the Samsung bigger and smaller Ultra HD sets incoming at IFA 2013. Now, my question is, do you think you would actually buy? I know there was like an argument saying, "Hey, it's too big. We want it smaller." So now they have the option for a smaller.
I don't. I have a. Right now, this is what I have, right? All right, that's 36 inches.
Hmm.
That's exactly what I want. I don't want anything smaller than that. I don't want anything larger than that until I have a living room. When I have a living room, I want 50, 54, but not smaller. Why would I want smaller? I can't. I play video games. I couldn't play something on something smaller. You just can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Just seen something here that kind of worries me.
What?
What channel are we broadcasting this on?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, because it doesn't show up on the FTI channel.
Shit. I'm not broadcasting on the FTI.
No, it's posted. It doesn't get broadcast over YouTube. It's a Google Hangout.
I'm actually on my channel.
I just noticed that there's something wrong there.
I totally forgot all about it. I got so much stuff. I got so many YouTube channels, so many Twitter accounts. It's like
Maybe I should just handle this
I
stuff.
need a manager.
We gotta try to step it up on that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I need a manager for all that crap. I'm gonna cut out some of the.
Yeah, well, let's
cut out the Twitter.
Here, do this then. Basically, do this. Keep going right now. We'll keep going live. Which is fine. Whatever. It's recording. Edit it afterwards. Cut out this junk here, and then post it to the right channel.
All right.
Absolutely, you're right. I'll do that.
But let's
Simple.
keep.
You solved it right there, Christoph.
It's how I roll. It's because I use Windows 8.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
Because I'm a Linux user, I don't know how to problem solve?
All right, so let's keep going.
Hey, thank you for
I really don't
that,
think there's too
Cole.
much of a story.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much of a story with the TV thing. I think you're going to saturate the market eventually. You need to have new options. If popping a 720p panel into a 18-inch TV is then going to sell a TV, then pop an 18-inch panel into it. Sell it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be a huge market thing. I don't think we're going to see a huge number of TVs, flat panel 18-inch 1080p, because you can't see 1080p that small. A 720p TV and a 1080p TV look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
At that size, anyway. That's why I don't understand 1080p phones. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, it's just something to get you to buy it.
Gonna have a 10,000p phone with a 10,000 core processor and 50 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, they're getting pretty crazy with the processors in smartphones nowadays.
Oh, well, they got that 8-core processor in that Samsung S4.
You know how many processor? You know how many cores my processor my laptop has? Guess. How many do you think it has?
I'm gonna guess and say 4.
Cool. Jason?
Dual core.
I've got an i3. It's a dual-core hyper-threaded processor, so it's got 2 actual physical cores, 4 virtual cores. My phone has this phone has 2 cores. I think the Galaxy Nexus is a single core, isn't it? Or is it 2?
I'm not sure. I think it might be. I don't know, actually.
I might actually have that phone back tonight. I kind of want to use it. I miss it. My friend's actually borrowing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of troubleshooting live here. How do I tweet out the link to the live?
Can't tell you what I just tweeted. I just shared it on Facebook.
Oh, you did?
Like the link is at the very, very top, but I'll just send you the link in the chat.
Yeah, but let me know. How do I do that though? Like, how do I tweet the live stream?
Okay, do you see where the? I thought I muted that damn thing.
No, it's not. I did.
I thought I did. But no, where you see the mute microphone button, if you just go over to the left there, you should see a bunch of stuff there.
I just see embed. Oh, okay, there you go.
Click on it.
All right, I got you. Troubleshooting live here, huh?
Yeah, that's what we should call this.
And, with time, we'll get there. In the meantime, you guys, this is the worst game on the planet.
Never played
Sonic?
it, so I can tell you.
I played
It seems
it.
that we have better conversations when we're not streaming.
When we're not streaming, well, it's because everyone's like, I don't know, everyone was just kind of sitting here talking, and then we went streaming. Now everyone's multitasking. You can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
If you're multitasking, you're not going to pick up the small talk.
Okay, let me stream this or tweet this out.
Yeah.
Live.
You really can't multitask in there in live chat. You just end up going. Because then the camera cuts to you, and you're just like this. You're like,
Yeah, you're typing
what?
crap.
It's very obvious.
Yeah, cool.
Well, guys, talk amongst yourselves right now.
Well, we can't. I don't know. We gotta wait till we're all set up here.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll wait.
All right.
We'll wait, eh?
It's only been a
So,
couple minutes.
what topic's next?
Google Fiber thing.
Those are the news topics, and now we're into sort of the discussion topics.
Right.
Yeah, just
Which is the first one being Google Fiber. World changing, or maybe not, was the title of the article that we were reading. What do you guys think of Google Fiber? Cole, what do you have in Canada? I mean, I assume you probably have carrier pigeons as your data.
No, we don't. We don't have that at all. We have the same, pretty much the same internet you guys have.
You know what speed you have at home?
Right now, I have no idea, but it should. The internet services we get here are pretty much the same there. Like don't have the fastest connection here, but I have seen faster in the same city, so it can be pretty fast.
Right now, I've got in my house we've got 20 megabit down, 5 up, I believe.
Oh yeah.
My average, I'd say, is probably between 15 and 18 or something like that. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
At college, we theoretically have up to 100 megabits down, which, if you guys get me on a school vacation week where I'm the only one on campus, I do get about 100 megabits down, and it is glorious.
Mm-hmm.
But during this normal school year, we get maybe 5 or 8. It's pretty awful.
Yeah, and there's so many people on it, but
Yeah, exactly.
here we get about the same as you guys do. So we don't have carrier pigeons. We aren't sending smoke signals to our neighbors.
No, Jason, what do you have for your data connection up there? What's your speed? Do you know?
hang on a second. Crap, I did a speed test this last time.
Just
I think it's
roughly.
like 30.
30. Yeah, so it's about average. I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. What do you think you guys would do with gigabit?
Actually, I could upload a lot of videos, I would think.
Yeah, dude, I'd be on the computer all the time.
But you're already on the computer all the time. Here's my argument, and this is
Yeah.
people. No, I wasn't trying to be a dick. I'm just saying you are. Think about it.
No, yeah.
Now here's my argument then. Is people always talk about how these great speeds are going to do great things for them. All it does is it heightens our expectations and what we're looking for when we're using the internet. It doesn't actually make us do more. It doesn't actually make us accomplish more. It just makes us expect it faster. Think of when we started switching over to LTE. I don't know, Cole might have LTE. I don't know about Jason.
Yeah, we do.
But when we started switching over to LTE, I used 3G. I was happy with 3G. Excuse me. And then, once in a while I'd hit a 1x spot. And I would sit there and I would patiently wait for the page to load thinking, wow, this sucks, okay? So now we have 3G. I mean, I've tested as high as 35 megabits a second in some areas. I use 3G, and now it's the norm. It's normal to me now. When I go on the web and or streaming video or downloading things, my LTE connection is normal. That's what I'm expecting. When I get on a 3G connection, I think, wow, this is terrible. If I get on a 1x connection, I don't even bother.
Yeah.
So what used to be normal and what used to be acceptable to me are now acceptable and completely unacceptable. But I don't do different. My activity hasn't changed. I don't consume more data. I don't do new fancy things on my phone. I do the same stuff. I just expect it to be accomplished faster.
That happens with any technology, though.
Yeah, but my argument is, if I had gigabit internet, I'm not saying I would be doing this. I'm not saying I would be doing that. My bad. I'm saying that I would be doing the exact same things I do now. I would just be expecting page loads to be faster, buffering bars to be faster, and actually buffering to be gone. And that's it. I don't think I would accomplish more.
Well, no, as long as you're doing the same things, no, you wouldn't be able to do it anymore, really.
Yeah.
Unless you could do things faster and it'd give you more time, but...
Yeah, people seem to think it's going to change the world. I don't think it's going to change the world. I think it's just going to make us more pretentious because we're going to be expecting more every time we use a computer.
It's a good way to look at it, actually.
I'm thinking it this way. You're going to get accustomed to that gigabit. Okay. Now, what if you leave Kansas City? If you move from Kansas City to Chicago, you're not going to have gigabit. It's not an option anymore.
You're not going to be happy.
Yeah, it's going to be frustrating to you. So I don't know. I understand what Google's trying to do. They're trying to prove that it's possible and it's profitable and it can be done. And that's just to put pressure on the ISPs. I just don't think it's going to accomplish what people in general are expecting it to accomplish. I don't think it's the world-changing upgrade that people expect it is. I think it's just faster internet. That's all this. That's all there is to it.
It probably is. Just that.
And that's
You think Google can afford it though? Can Google afford it? What they're trying to do?
As long as people pay for it, I don't see why not. Yeah, all the money they have.
Worldwide.
You're talking about no, not worldwide, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the company that came up with this idea for a streaming media player.
Good question.
They built it in America because they said, well, we can spare the money. And then they decided at the last second, after they built thousands of these things, that, you know what, bad idea. Let's just give them to everybody who ordered them for free and move along. And that was the story of this.
You're right.
That's how Google does business.
Yeah, I mean, once you have a certain amount of money, and that's a good thing, I think, because once you have a certain amount of money, you can say, hey, that's a cool idea. Let's run with it. Did it work? No. Oh, well, move along. You don't have to fight about it.
It's not like, some businesses just starting out, if they fail, well, they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, there's a lot of business. Like you said, when you start a business out, if you throw everything at one idea, if it fails, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Google, they can throw all this money on one idea. If it fails, all right, move on to the next crazy idea and see what sticks.
Yeah.
And that's great, and that's bad. It's both.
Hey,
yeah, allows them to throw the money around.
What'd you say, Jason?
I was talking to Cole. Cole Kruper subscribed to me finally. I was wondering. Now these fiber lines, as they're calling it, will those be in the ground?
Well, actually, they put some cables. I don't remember what it was in our area, and one time, and they had to rip a whole bunch of stuff up, put these lines in the ground.
Well, it depends on the infrastructure.
That's yeah.
I mean, if the current infrastructure is underground, then they're going to go underground. If you have poles, they're going to go on poles.
Yeah, most newer areas have the stuff underground.
It doesn't have to go one way or the other. If that's what you're asking, you can go either way.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else to add on those guys?
Not really.
Well, what do you think? What would you do if you had?
Is that all the topics we came up with?
I don't know what I'd really do. I don't think I'd do anything new.
I know,
Really?
Jason. We have
Just more videos. You'll be able to upload videos faster.
Yeah, and that's it. And what would that really do for you? If you could upload your videos, say 3 times.
It'll cost you in the pocket. That's about it.
Well, it's actually cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper than most internet.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's $70.
Yeah.
This is, and I don't know if you guys read this. This is the way Google Fiber works. And actually, let me pull up the page, so I can show you the prices. If you happen to live in one of the areas, which neither of you do, but here's the page.
Yeah, they're putting it in Austin now, aren't they?
Not Austin. It's a suburb.
Oh.
Dallas?
Here's the page, so you can see. They've got this. These are actually the plans, and they've actually. So here's how it goes. These are the cities right now that it works.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Austin, Texas, just like I said.
Yeah, you're right. They are putting in Austin. I heard about Provo, Utah. I didn't hear about Austin, Texas. That's cool because that's a major city.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. But here's the plans. Let me back up to the plans. So the basic one here is free internet. It doesn't cost you anything per month to get gigabit internet to your house. All you have to do is pay $300 for them to run the wire. That's it.
Damn.
And that's actually not gigabit. That's 300 megabits, I think it was. 300 megabits.
That's good enough.
Yeah. Gigabit internet is $70 a month, and you don't have to pay that fee. So that's a gigabit internet to your house, no construction fees, $70 a month, no caps either. And then they've got gigabit and TV, which is Google's TV service plus Google's internet service, gigabit connection, $120 a month. You get unlimited everything, and you also get an Nexus 7.
I wouldn't be complaining.
No, I mean these are pretty good deals that they're giving me. I mean,
yeah.
That's freaking heck yeah! That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. You get 1 terabyte of Google Drive.
Google Drive.
And you know what the best part is?
Wow.
You have gigabit internet.
Holy
You can
cow.
store whatever you want on the cloud, and you can get to it however you want. You don't have to
Yeah,
worry.
as soon as you want.
That's awesome, though. That's a good deal.
And the whole point of this is to show people that, you know, the ISPs that are saying, oh, the best we can do is 100 megabits. The best we can do is 60 megabits. We have to charge you $600 a month for a 100 megabit connection. No, they don't.
Exactly.
That's the whole point. It's an experiment more than anything. They're not trying to, you know, roll out a full gigabit internet connection. They're just trying to say, hey, it can be done. Put the pressure on the guys that can do it.
Mm-hmm. It'll change the industry eventually.
Yeah, it already has. And people, a few months after they rolled out their first one in Kansas City, the ISPs, I think it was Charter, I can't remember, actually lowered their prices by 50% in Kansas City.
So they have no
Hey, guys,
choice if
we've got
someone's
a
giving out
viewer.
free internet.
What, Jason?
King Siggy is watching us. He was on a Google Hangout yesterday with a couple of us. You remember King Siggy?
Yeah, the guy from Toronto.
Yeah.
Cool, you might want to
Watching
fix your
us live,
camera.
so just wanted to-
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Anyway, what's going on, Jason?
Oh no, I just wanted to mention that. That's about it. I'm doing a speed test right now to give you that
Yeah, I usually try
exact.
not to do the speed test during a hangout.
Yeah, that's not going to give you an accurate result. Alrighty, well, what's the next topic then?
Pretty close though. Pretty close. But no, you're
Next
right, it wasn't.
topic
We gotta keep
is...
moving. We don't want dead air.
Yeah, come on, keep
Well,
going,
we're...
guys. You guys are doing.
Oh, yeah, the plastic iPhone.
I gotta tweet this out.
All right, well, I mean, Cole and Jason, this is really your topic. What do you guys think?
Yeah, the plastic iPhone.
What do you guys think of the plastic?
Well,
iPhone?
you know, from what I've seen out of Apple over the past, few years, Apple doing this would be a huge change for them, especially considering they always try to go for these, high-quality products, the aluminum on them.
With the price.
The iPhone and the 3GS were both plastic. You just keep
Correct, yeah. Like, even the 4S, it has a plastic. Like, it looks like glass, but it is plastic on the back.
Yeah.
But they did it in such a way that it doesn't look like plastic. And they actually
The
did...
4S is glass on the back. I can verify that.
You sure? Really?
The 4 and the 4S are glass on the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, in that case, then it is glass. But, I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure. But anyways, I'll just believe you on that one. But, it would still be a big
Just
change.
believe him.
They tried to go with the aluminum, the glass type look, at least in the past, and they went back to aluminum. So going, all plastic, I think would be a huge change. But could they do it? Yeah, why not? If they can make money off it, they can do it. Because before they said that they would never make a 7-inch tablet. They've done it. So.
Is that a good change though? Do you think?
Hey, if they can make money off it,
For a
why not?
consumer?
But at least for the company, for a consumer, it'd be a cheaper option as well.
Yeah, that's.
If you don't have the money, to spend on a full-fledged iPhone, why not?
Yeah. And Chris is smirking there.
What do you think,
so
Chris? I think you really got something to say there.
I do have an argument. I want Jason's opinion
Get it.
before I give my statement.
Hey.
What'd you say?
I want to hear what Jason has to say.
The Google, or not Google, what am I talking about? The plastic iPhone. Now they're just saying it's the case, right?
The backside.
It's just the case and that's it.
Well, you got the glass.
So
front.
So you think the hardware? I think the hardware's gonna stay the same. It's gonna be the case.
Well,
and they're gonna cut corners on that, I guess. Because it's
actually,
plastic and
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jason? Come on, give us your opinion.
On the plastic case.
On the topic.
Well, I don't really have much to say on it, to tell you the truth.
Well,
I'm glad it's a lower cost because this was the iPhone 4S was $600 when I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't change to iPhone 5 because it's I'm in contract and I really want to change, but it's the price too that's killing me. If the plastic iPhone is going to be a lot cheaper, then I could change to the plastic iPhone right now if they had it out. But I can't change to the iPhone 5 because I don't have the money. So I do like the idea of the plastic iPhone if it's going to be good quality hardware. If they're going to keep all the same hardware, if they're going to keep the same camera as the iPhone 5, and Yeah, I would definitely get it.
Well, I don't think they're going
But
to keep.
if they skimp on the hardware, then I'm definitely not going to.
I think they would lower the quality of the hardware. It would make more sense. It would cut costs and allow them to sell it cheaper. So you may see older hardware in such a phone, but it makes sense.
But the topic there just says about the case. They're not talking about the hardware.
But if they're going to change to something like that, and it is supposed to be a lower cost iPhone, changing the case will cut some of their costs, but keeping older hardware in the phone too will cut a lot more of their costs.
So you don't think they're going to keep the same hardware and not upgrade it?
Oh, I don't think they're going to keep the same hardware in the. Well, yeah, we'll keep the same hardware as in the older stuff, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's exactly what
it makes sense to keep the cheaper hardware in it. Like look at the iPad Mini, it's a smaller iPad. It's supposed to be cheaper, and it has older hardware in it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to complete? You ready for me to complete smash everything?
Yeah, and I'm sure I'll have something to say to you.
You know how my opinions are. Typically, my opinions are very strong, and I argue them, and
Absolutely, that's what I like.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm getting ready.
My argument is that the plastic iPhone, the plastic cheap iPhone, is the dumbest thing Apple could ever do. Because they already do it. This is alright, alright, little bits of what each of you said. What Cole said, this isn't going to have the next gen hardware. At the best case scenario, this would have the hardware from the current iPhone 5 instead.
Yeah.
It's gonna have the same hardware because you can't do it. So Apple already has that going. The iPhone 4 right now is free on a contract. The 4S is $99 on a contract. The 5 is $199 on a contract. I don't see how you get much cheaper than free. And if you're talking about out-of-pocket costs without a contract subsidy, the iPhone 4 is like $329 on Virgin Mobile, which is a prepaid carrier in the U.S.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
You're not going to get any cheaper than that. You're really not. I don't understand why they would go out of their way to. Alright, well, let me back up. The best thing about the current system is that in order for them to sell the 4 and the 4S at a lower cost to people, which, it meets demand for people who can't afford the iPhone 5. It gives an iPhone to people who want one but can't afford the iPhone 5, which is what I just said. And it allows people who have the older phone to stay within the sort of maintenance period or the development period, because as long as people are buying the iPhone 4S, development is going to keep going for the iPhone 4S. Because there's a customer base for the 4S, you know what I mean? If people are going and signing a contract right now for the 4S, then people are going to keep developing for the 4S. So there's a customer base that's maintained, there's a sales base that's maintained, and it doesn't cost Apple a penny because they already have the manufacturing equipment maintained. They already have the manufacturing equipment in place, and they don't have to change a thing. All they have to do is scale down that manufacturing to upskill for the new one. They don't have to build new stuff. With this cheaper plastic iPhone, every time they do it, they're going to have to come up with new manufacturing hardware, new manufacturing specifications. They're going to have to create new parts, research and develop new parts. It's going to cost them a fortune for what they already have going.
That's a point, actually.
That's true.
Oh, that's a huge shock. Chris has a point.
Yeah, you usually don't, but he is right. It may cost more to manufacture this thing than it may cost. So.
Yeah. So what's my argument is, if you're going to sell somebody a phone that uses last generation hardware, why spend extra money to make it different looking? Sell them the old phone. That's what they're buying.
Just sell them this thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
If they're buying an iPhone 5, sell them an iPhone 5. You don't need to put it in a plastic case.
Yeah.
And I also think like the iPhone 4S hardware would be fine for iPhone 5. Like if iPhone 5 didn't have the new hardware that they have now, and they just use the same iPhone 4S hardware or whatever, then I think it would still be fine. Like it would still work. It would still be snappy and efficient. That's what I like. That's what I like about these phones with all these processors that are coming out with, like these freaking crazy processors. It's like, holy crap, dude! That can like run my computer or my laptop basically.
Yep.
That's what I like about it, though. That's what I like. You can use this forever, dude, because it's got that good hardware in there.
The iPhone 5 is a phenomenal phone. All right, absolutely great phone. The iPhone 4S was also a great phone.
Yep.
Today, and actually yesterday when I was actually doing the recommendation, I would not recommend an iPhone 4. I don't
No,
recommend
definitely
you go
not. I
and
wouldn't
sign a
either.
2-year contract for an iPhone 4, unless you absolutely need a free phone. It just doesn't make sense to me, because it's already a 3-year-old phone, actually, isn't it? 3 years old?
Yeah, it would be.
And
Yeah.
you're signing a 2-year contract, which means when you come out of your contract to get your next phone, you have a phone that's 5 years old. 5 years ago, I was in high school. And I could never imagine having the same phone I had then now. I've had like 7 or 8 phones before that. I couldn't imagine that. If you want a cheaper phone, iPhone 4S is a great option. If you want an iPhone 5 is an excellent option. But the iPhone 4, I just don't sign a contract. So I think I don't know. I think it's a bad idea to come up with a cheaper plastic iPhone because you're making a product you already sell.
But do you like the pricing though? How it's going to be cheaper?
What?
Do you like how it's going to be cheaper though?
Cheaper than what? Is it going to be cheaper than the iPhone 4S? Is it going to be cheaper than the iPhone 4?
No. It might be cheaper than the iPhone 5, but not the iPhone 4S.
Yeah, and that's my point. It's like when that phone comes out, the iPhone 5S or the iPhone 6 or whatever it is going to be out, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be in the same situation we're in now. If you walked up to me and you said, hey, you know, I want an iPhone 5, but I can't afford it. I'm going to say, okay, buy an iPhone 4S. It's great. You're going to love it. Fast forward 6 or 8 months, right? Ask me the same question. Oh, I want the iPhone 6, but I can't afford it. I'm going to say, oh, buy this plastic one. You're going to love it. It's the same situation. We're just changing the back. It just doesn't make sense.
So I actually kind of want to jump back on some of the topics here because I did have some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, talk to. What's up?
The screen, or not the screen, but the Samsung, the smaller Ultra HD sets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know why people are hating on it so much because you know eventually people are going to start buying them. You know, there's going to start 4K is going to be in your living room eventually. You know, so why are people hating on them and like saying, oh, I'm never going to get it. Oh, I don't need that. It's going to be in your living room sooner or later. So why don't you like 4K televisions and the idea of it?
I like 4K television. I think it's going to be beautiful and it's going to burn my eyes out, and I'm pumped for that. But have you dealt with it? I know iPhone. Well, actually, you don't have an iPhone 5, do you?
What's that? I couldn't get. What'd you say?
Turn the volume up a little. Do you have an iPhone 5? You're 4S, right?
No, I have an iPhone 4S.
Okay. Have you held and dealt with a 1080p phone?
Yeah.
The screen on those is beautiful, but not better than a 720p phone. When you shrink a phone, you take this, right? You shrink it down to this.
Yeah.
Same number of pixels, it becomes way harder to tell the difference between the pixels. And that's how people decide how good a screen is well, can I see the pixels? How big are the pixels? You know? You take a 4K TV and you shrink it down to the 14-inch size of my laptop right here, it's not going to look any better than a 1080p at the same size.
But is it really always about the pixels?
Yeah, that's how crisp a picture is, isn't it? That's how you determine how good a picture is.
Yeah, but what if like the maker, or, you know, the screen, like the making of the screen or whatever, is like crappy as can be.
What do you mean?
But it's also got 1080p.
All right, well that's fair. My laptop has a pretty terrible screen. Not pixel-wise, because like you said, the pixels are the same, but it's washed out. It's not very pretty.
Yeah.
The color depth isn't that great. I went with it because I program, so I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
But it's something to keep in mind. That's an aspect of the screen that you already have that. You already have that aspect of the screen. You buy a TV. You can buy some pretty terrible TVs out there. And that's what it comes down to. I don't know. I don't really see the point in that small of a 4K TV. If we hit the point where the manufacturing process is going to be streamlined and therefore money is going to be saved, if every display that you're putting out is a 4K display, where it will be cost prohibitive to actually develop a different density screen, then sure, go for it. But if you're doing it because you want people to buy it because they'll think it's better looking, they're not going to see the difference.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about gaming and stuff on the 4K TVs?
It's the same as a TV. I mean, it's the same as a movie or something like that.
But would they have to? Would the like the say the Xbox 720 or the PS3 720 and all that that's coming out? I think it's called that, isn't it? Xbox or PS3 720. What is it called?
PS4.
Yeah, PS4. Xbox 720. Okay, now would they have to change their hardware and everything in order to be able to be,
No, I mean, if it
to work on a 4K?
If it supports 4K, it'll support 4K. It'll obviously have to have a better graphics. It'll have to have a better graphics chip because.
And also certain games too, right?
No, I mean, if you write for a console, it's I don't know, it's hard to explain. If you support 4K, you support 4K. That's all there is to it. If you only support 720, the TV is only going to show 720. It's going to be backwards compatible. I mean, it'll just blow it up a little bit.
So you think 1080p is perfect for now?
No, by no means. I don't think anything's perfect. I think 4K is great. I just don't see the point of giving me a 20-inch 1080p TV or a 24-inch 4K TV. You know,
so you don't like the big 52-inch TVs? I
love 52-inch TVs.
Oh yeah.
What I'm saying is I don't see the point of putting a higher resolution into a smaller TV.
Yeah. Well, it's going to happen sooner or later.
Unless it's going to save the company money. If it's going to be cheaper to make that higher resolution display because of equipment than it is to make a 720p display or a 1080p display, go for it. That's fine. But don't do it because you think it looks better, because it's not gonna.
Yeah.
All right, Cole's got his glasses on, which means he's intellectual now.
Oh yeah, he's ready to go, man. He's fixing that carry.
Now my opinion has some clout.
I mean, does that make sense, Jason? What I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I get what you're saying. It doesn't make no sense to shrink the 4K down into a smaller screen. It wouldn't, it would look the same.
It would look exactly the same.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It wouldn't look any better.
But if you put it on a bigger screen, it would look a lot better, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's why they have those 85-inch TVs.
Take a 70-inch TV, put 720p up there, then put 1080p up there, and then put 4K up there, and you're gonna be like, wow.
Wow. Exactly.
Exactly, but if you do it with a 20-inch TV, you're gonna say, oh, those all look the same.
Yeah, well.
And that's gonna make non-believers. That's the worst part. Is it's gonna make non-believers. If you take a really great resolution, you put it on a tiny TV, they look at it, they go, well, that doesn't look any different. Now, anytime they're talking about 4K, they're gonna be saying, well, it doesn't look any better.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt you.
So the higher or the more pixels there are, then you need a bigger screen in order to tell the difference.
Yeah, because you're cramming more pixels. I'm trying to think of how to explain it easily.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. If you have a big screen with,
spread it out, there's more surface.
The pixels
the more
are
pixels
bigger.
the more pixels you have, the more surface you can cover.
Yeah, and if you're cramming X amount of pixels into a screen this big, then great. But if you're cramming twice as many pixels into a screen this big, the pixels are going to be smaller.
Yeah.
To make it, to fit. And if you're cramming half as many pixels, they're going to be twice as big.
So are we ready? What do you got to say, Cole?
I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm just listening.
We step back. We're talking about the TV.
Yeah, I wanted to go back on that a little bit.
Hey, hang on, I gotta look at the topic. Alright, TV thing. Which TV thing?
The fill them in on the topic.
Would you, yeah, let's go to another topic. How about that?
That's a good way to fill me in.
You want to go to another topic or what?
Sure, might as well.
Let's step forward then.
Yeah.
Siri, Cole, this is your topic. You want to summarize your article real quick?
Well, anyways, I was reading this on some website. Anyways, I wrote about it, and apparently Apple, like when you talk to Siri, they'll like the data you send to Apple when you use your Siri on your iPhone. What happens is it'll actually keep that data for 2 years. Although apparently they disassociate you from that data within 6 months, but they keep it for testing purposes and stuff to make Siri better. But a lot of people with privacy experts and such think that could be a little problematic, and I'm sure a lot of people are second guessing swearing at Siri and saying some personal things to Siri.
Yeah, I've actually done that a few times.
I've sworn at Siri many times. Told her what I think and
When I first got it, yeah, when I first got
some
the iPhone.
words to describe her.
I have a question then, and this is something I couldn't find online. Is Siri a finished product, or is Siri a...
No.
When it launched...
Or is Siri similar to Google's... Alright, you guys know Google Voice? Where you can call
I do.
the VoIP?
Yeah.
The whole point of that was that Google Voice was listening in on your conversations, and the computer was trying to get better at recognizing words.
Right.
So, and no, sorry, I'm being an idiot. I'm actually thinking of Google 411.
Never heard of that one.
411. It was an information service. You could call, and you could say, you know, I'm looking for Pizza Hut, and it would say, okay, and it would look for Pizza Hut in your area.
Oh, okay.
Give you the phone number. It's like 411 or information on the phone. The thing is, it was all through a computer. So what they did is they ran the service for free for like 4 years, and the whole point was to get better voice recognition software. So what they were doing is they're giving the public a product, but that product is really just an experiment.
Yeah. And to answer your question though, like when it launched with the iPhone 4S, it was called Siri Beta. So when it launched, it was a beta product. I'm not sure if it still is or not, but I think it does learn from what people say.
And that's my thing. My question is, why is Apple keeping this information? Are they doing it
for up to 2 years?
This Siri is a research project like Google 411 was, or are they doing it because they have some other motive?
And we may not know ever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I was digging through the terms of use, and I couldn't really find. Google was very straightforward that 411 was a project that they were using it to make excellent.
Yeah, and I looked at what Apple had in iOS, and nowhere does it say that they keep your data for 2 years in iOS. It just says your data will be sent to Apple, but it doesn't say that they're going to be keeping it for 2 years. And I think Apple should be saying that, like, hey, we're going to keep your stuff for 2 years. Hope it isn't a problem.
I agree.
You know, I don't really have a problem personally.
Because
but that's
if you're adding
but they should tell you
names and people's names and stuff.
I mean, I still
like
have
if you're
a problem.
saying Siri, call 659 blah 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 blah.
I really don't have a problem with it
Then
either. But I think.
Right?
No, what's Jason saying? I can't hear Jason. What are you saying, dude?
Oh, I said if you're adding if you're trying to call, if you're using Siri to call someone, like say call blah 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 blah, and then you dial out the number or say out the number, they're going to keep that information for 2 years. They're going to keep that person's name, that number, right?
What's the problem though?
But here's my problem with it, and I'll tell you, is I think Apple should have told people this, because the fact that they keep it, I don't have a problem with that. I understand why they might keep it, but I think they should tell you.
I agree.
I think it's more of the principle of it.
And I can get on that. I can get with that. I don't, because I'm one of those big people who say when Facebook changes their design, and then people go on and they say, oh, you have to listen to your customers because I hate this design and blah, blah, blah. I'm the one that sits there and goes, you do realize that you are not Facebook's customer. You are the product. They're giving you free service in return for your information that they can sell to advertisers. You're a product, not a customer. The advertisers are the customers.
Yeah.
People don't get that.
Oh, no.
I'm one of the, I'm like, call me cynical, I guess, where when somebody says, oh, privacy, blah, 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 whenever something is being provided to me for free, I automatically assume that everything I do with that product, every interaction I have with that product, is being used by the company for one reason or another. Even
in this free operating system I'm using.
Oh,
it could be sending my data somewhere.
There you go. Plug
when I use Android, I'm the same way. I assume that Google is using that information. When I use my Windows phone, I don't think the same way because HTC had to license Windows. They paid Microsoft to put Windows Phone on this.
Yeah.
So that's different. I'm actually, it's built into this phone. I'm paying for Windows Phone. Android is free. So I just, in that, it might not always be true, but I just make the assumption. I think that's a safe assumption to make.
Yeah.
It's either that or read the license agreement, and I don't have time for that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Huge book.
Oh yeah, I accept.
300-page book, yeah.
Exactly. So
I read it.
That's my perspective on it anyway. Jason,
I decline it, so I don't use the phone. I just bought a $400 phone, and I don't accept the agreement, so I can't use it.
It's just a nice little paperweight now.
Yeah.
Expensive one though.
And actually, Jason, I just hit you up in the chat room. That could be something I don't know if you want to talk about that or not.
Oh, dude, don't get me started.
Actually,
I'm
no, wait,
serious.
that could be. I could get in on that too.
Don't get me started. This is.
And this is,
This
and I
could
want
be
to
a
point
whole
out,
nother tech talk for 2 hours.
Before we get going on that though, I want to make a point. This is something I want to bring up for this conversation, but there's other things that we might talk about later. I don't want to discuss that on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. In this case, I think it's an interesting topic. Not so much a conspiracy, but maybe they're using it for something they're not telling us. It's a private company. It's different,
Other than just selling it to advertisers.
And do you think they are selling to advertisers? Because Apple's a different company than Google. Google is an advertising company. Apple isn't.
I don't see why they wouldn't sell it. If they can make money, why not?
Because I don't know. It's just I would be surprised personally because that's not typically how they made their money. They make their money through hardware and software.
Well,
a whole new,
and that's stuff that they keep behind, closed doors too. So you're not supposed to know that either.
So I don't know. What do you think, Jason?
I don't think I should get started on that topic yet.
No, I think you should.
I use it as an example, not as an actual thing. Like I'm saying, what do you think they're using the information for? Is what I'm saying.
Well, hey, it's the government. So, I mean, the government...
No, I'm
not going to get on that topic. I'm not going to get on that topic.
No, Jason, I'm talking about Apple.
Oh, about Apple?
Apple is using that information for.
Just to get information back from the user.
Why do they need?
That's what they want you to think, though.
Oh, don't get him started.
Hey, we could speculate for like 10 hours on this, guys. I'm not going to do it for 10 hours. We could do another whole hangout for that. And you can sit there and list all my conspiracy theories that I have. So we'll do that at a different hangout.
And I use conspiracy theories just because that's different. It's a way of thinking. I'm saying,
absolutely. That's right.
Think? That's what I'm saying. Using that way of thinking, because I don't have that way of thinking. When using that way of thinking, what would you expect Apple to be holding on to this for 2 years? Because, like you said, they're using it for for product development and things like that. But what kind of stuff would you need 2 years worth of that information? Because think of all the iPhone 5s out there. That's a lot of information. All the iPhone 5s.
Okay, here we go. Listen to this little conspiracy theory. It's not proven fact. Okay. Now, what if all these big corporations, Windows, Microsoft, everyone, is in with basically, I'm going to use that Alex Jones word, in bed with the government. Okay. They're basically all one, and they all talk back and forth, and look at the government. They bail them out so many times on different types of bankruptcies and stuff, like Apple. And like if they were going to bankrupt, I bet the government would bail them out, or some plane would crash into the Apple building, destroying all the documents proving they're bankrupt and all the money they owe. And all of a sudden, Apple's out of the water. They're free to go. But what I'm saying
that sounds like another theory.
I think the reason why they're using all this information is maybe they're passing all this information to the government. The government can basically spy on us and read all the information that they're getting passed on to from us. And who are you talking to over there, Chris?
My friend just walked in.
You're like.
No, tell him to turn it.
All right.
Anyway.
So yeah, I could rant for hours on that.
That's what I was curious. I was curious if you had any ideas like that, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff like that from Alex Jones, and he believes that all these companies work with the government, which really wouldn't be all that surprising when you think about it, because if the government really wanted this information, they can get it.
Well, I think I don't think one way or the other on that. I just think it's that. That's.
But what would be easier?
I think we weren't hitting that. I think a lot of people are considering.
What would be easier for the government, though? Would it be harder for the government to hack into all your stuff and steal all this information and possibly get traced, or would it be easier to go to a third party like Apple and get the information from them, saying that you agreed to it, you agreed to our terms and conditions, so we didn't break the law,
maybe that can explain your country's debt.
Hey Cole, you know what? At least we don't have Putin.
Hey, I love that stuff.
We can eat our French fries by themselves, and we're perfectly.
Hey, no, that's not that. Well, I can do that too, but
Anyway, I just wanted to see what you thought of that, Jason. What's the next topic?
I believe that's it, guys.
No,
that's not it. No, I had
Oh, well, I
yeah.
don't have a topic.
I had a topic on
What is that topic?
what was happening there in Boston with the images that they were using.
And this is what I was talking about when I said we don't want to hit that part of this topic. The conspiracy part of this topic, just because it's not something.
Hey, where are the topics at?
I'm just gonna do a whole other video on it.
There's a thread on the Facebook group.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of topics there.
Yeah,
do you want to hit
go
this
there.
now, or do you want to close with this?
You might as well close with that, I think. So,
No, let me go. Let me see what the other topics are. What are the other topics here?
Okay, so we have okay, the first two we did, and then there's this one here. Some don't like Bioshock's forced baptism, ask for refund. It's, all in there. If you just take a look at it.
Yeah,
Okay,
the Bioshock. I wouldn't mind talking about that right now.
Alright, you go ahead. You introduce it because I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so let me fill you guys in on this anyway. There's a kid who bought a copy of Bioshock Infinite on Steam. Have you guys played the game yet?
No.
No.
Jason? No.
I
In the
played
beginning of the game-
I played a game. I haven't played Bioshock, but I played on Steam.
No, I'm talking about Bioshock Infinite specifically.
Yeah. No, I never played Bioshock.
In the beginning of the game, and I'm going to paraphrase like hell right now. In the beginning of the game, the character basically has to go through a baptism before the game can progress. Now, the guy who bought this game was a Christian, and he felt that having to do that was basically blasphemous. He compared it to playing a video game if he was Islamic that forced him to spit in the face of Allah. Okay, that's what he compared this to. And he asked for a refund because of this. Because he said he wasn't aware and he wanted a refund. It's getting pretty big out there right now too.
I bet it would.
I don't understand why. This guy's talking about a game that centers around killing people for 10 hours of his life. And he has a problem with the baptism being against his religion. It just doesn't make sense.
It's a game, really.
Okay.
No one forced them to buy it.
Hey guys, I can't find all those topics, man. Where'd you put them at? In the
They're in the Facebook group, dude. There's one big long post I made.
I'll send the link to it because he's so incompetent with this computer there. You're supposed to be this tech guy, and I don't know how to use it.
I see the post I posted, but I don't see the post that Chris.
No,
I just put it in the chat.
The one I started.
Oh, okay, let's
Oh, that
find
says
it.
Chris Cole.
Yeah, my name.
Yeah. Okay, I got one. When does the hangout start?
Before that.
Okay, look in the chat. The link to the exact post is in
I
the
just
chat.
clicked on it and I'm here.
Okay.
Smart ass. Okay, wait. Okay, so scroll. Okay, yeah, I got him now. Well,
Hey.
see, I was going on the posts that were posted later on.
No.
That's what I was
We're
going
not
off
with
of.
this one here.
I didn't. Okay, I didn't see all those posts. I don't think. Okay, let's
Anyway,
see your.
we're skipping there. I just thought it was an interesting news topic to cover because this guy's, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, you do got quite a bit. Okay,
Yeah.
gaming topic. Some don't like Bioshock's forced baptism. Ask for refund. Proposed local ban on violent video games in public spaces.
Yeah, that one's crazy too. We can cover that.
What?
I got a lot to say on that one.
NBC News. Are you
That's,
serious?
well, since it's apparent that nobody read the links here, let's just skip to that one since we can all talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see those links at first. That's why.
But let's skip to that one then. Because we're already running late anyway. We can amend this week.
Dude, I played violent video games all the time in arcades up here in Maine, actually.
And you ain't killing anyone, so.
Yeah, I was just saying, have you killed anyone?
Absolutely not. I'm not a violent person, as you guys can probably know that.
I don't know. You threaten us with violence. No, I'm just kidding. There was actually there's a senator who was talking about it on the Senate floor earlier this week, and he actually says in his post, he says, in these games you are literally killing people. And Jon Stewart made a comment about that on the Daily Show, and he goes, "You're not literally killing people in video games. You are literally killing a series of zeros and ones represented by a three-dimensional display on a television set."
Exactly.
I don't know about you, but when I play Sonic the Hedgehog, I don't think I should go run in a loop-de-loop and see if I can stand on top.
Yeah, I don't agree
That's
with
a
the people that
violent
go
thing right
video
there, man.
games, make killers. Like maybe people with mental illness, maybe.
And here's the other thing too: is that people are saying that kids nowadays are exposed to more blood and more violence than any generation before them. Have you watched any of your parents' movies? Have you listened to any of your parents' music? My dad's like, oh, let's go watch Freddy Krueger slaughter like a bunch of random kids
Exactly.
just because. I'm like, well, what?
But that's okay though, according to this.
That's not violent. No, a crazy person slicing a person into pieces. That's not
That's
violent.
okay.
Mike Myers. This is the generation that brought us like Mike Myers and all these.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's not violent at all, according to all this.
It was the golden age of gore flicks.
Yeah.
But no, that's not violent. No.
Then Chucky.
I'm getting their head chopped off in a movie. No, that's not violent.
A little
Yeah,
baby
so-
doll, little dog.
How dare you say that?
As we know, generations before us weren't exposed at all to violence.
No.
No. That's why they
How
never.
dare you say that?
Absolutely
That's
not.
why they never had things like bombings and shootings and wars or anything like that. That never happened.
No. I remember watching this TV show with this big shooting at some university in the late '60s. But no, apparently that never happened. So.
Well, you guys know that war was invented after video games.
Oh yeah. Like that World War II. That was way after video games. Remember the First World War? Way after video games.
I wish I had my Nexus 7 because my friend's commenting here. If you could get him on the chat. But yeah, it's just stupid. I think it's a scapegoat. It needs to be. You need to give it up.
Yeah, I remember watching CNN and there was this woman. She's from the FBI. She's going, video games do this and this to people. Okay, yeah, sure. Maybe this is some people, but not all.
Exactly. Yeah. My friend says people do this to people.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of goes, just like guns, But apparently guns kill people, so okay.
Yeah, as he says, he holds up his PS3 controller and says, because this is a trigger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a weapon right there.
That makes him kill right there.
Oh yeah.
Well, think of it this way.
He should be put in jail for that.
My girlfriend's obsessed with Elvis, okay? And if you go back and you study rock and roll history at all, you see that Elvis was... people were trying to get Elvis banned because they were saying that Elvis has caused people to have unprotected sex and have babies and leave drugs and leave...
Oh, and that's his fault.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. It's the same thing. It's just a new generation of the same thing.
Yeah, it is. History repeating itself.
Now they're playing video games because it makes people kill it. It's stupid.
Well, the reason people are saying that now is nobody knows anything about history, so they don't realize history is just repeating itself.
Yeah, and if more people read books, that would be, something. But they're too busy playing video games. So.
Yeah. Like they don't give it. They don't care about history. Oh, history. Oh, that's boring.
I don't know. I think we all are in agreement there. Jason, do you think video games make people violent?
Absolutely not.
No, they don't. Otherwise, we'd all be violent.
Weapons and I guess you could say mental disabilities make people violent.
Yeah, if you put the two and two together, if you gave it...
But people who kill people, they gotta have something going on upstairs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, a normal person is going to be disgusted by a dead person to begin with.
Absolutely.
I can't think of any time that I've ever been like, I should kill that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me just go bash his head in real quick. I'll be right back.
That's a normal everyday thing around here.
I'll be right back.
But no one ever does that, Even after they play video games, it's not like they sit there playing their video games and they get up and I'm gonna kill someone now. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, playing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No. When I played Sonic 2006, I don't think I'm gonna go kill somebody. I think I'm gonna go glitch through that wall and rob a bank that way.
Yeah. Yeah, just run into it and hope you go through it.
The barrel vanish.
After I watched Harry Potter and they walked into or read the book or whatever, when they walk into that little post there at the train station there, I'm gonna try that now.
Yeah, you're just gonna run right to a brick wall.
Just give a good run at it.
All right, I think we're all in sort of agreement there. What's the next topic? Because we do have to keep
That'll
moving.
be a good YouTube video.
What? Let's see here.
I got a good one, guys. It's provided by you. Modern technology to catch a criminal.
That's our closing out.
We're gonna close with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna close that one out. Okay.
No, we're gonna close with that one.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
That's the headline.
I gotcha.
Every time I hear that phone vibrating, it links me.
Yeah, sorry about
I think that might be everything.
I think it might be like it. I don't think there really is anything else to cover.
What's that?
You want to lead us off with that one? Or do you want one of us to do it?
Yeah, sure. No, I can do it.
Okay, go for it. Start us off.
Okay. Modern technology to catch a criminal. I believe it's an awesome idea.
Well, hang on though. Like, what technology are we using though?
If it's
I think
like cameras.
Because the article does
Cameras
explain.
in public.
my thought in this one.
Cameras in public, but I'm saying cameras in public used to catch criminals, not to spy on other people and spy on what they're doing, where they're going. Just normal people like me and you. Not to use it for that. But I know they're doing that.
Jason, this is where I was going with this one. It was sort of, and it's every time there's a major incident, we end up seeing this. The most recent, obviously, being the issues in Boston.
Absolutely, yeah.
But look at what happened after that. Look at all the evidence. The evidence is all from cell phone cameras, from security cameras that were around, ATM cameras, people who tweeted things. Look how fast the news was going. I mean, when it happened, I was actually watching a live a tweet, what do you call it, a live blog of the marathon as people were finishing. And then all of a sudden, it changed, obviously, when they went off. It was all, 1 second it was people who were finishing in order. And then, boom, explosions, blah, 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 news, boom, 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 like that. The modern technology has completely changed the way.
And apparently in this case, they're using a program, and apparently it's called Crowd Optic. And apparently it just takes a bunch of images and then crowdsources them all together.
And that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with this. Is that the technology that's already in people's hands is already being used to solve crimes and to designate.
Oh yeah, I'm actually all for that. I'm all for that.
If you look at these pictures here, you see
that.
many people with actual cameras, cell phone cameras, sitting there taking pictures.
Think about how this would have unfolded if with someone.
If there was no cameras and none of that, yeah.
Something like JFK.
I get
there
what
were
you're
these
saying.
cameras
We
everywhere.
were in a couple of guys,
Well, yeah, with JFK, there's always the same video over and over.
That's my thing. If everyone that was around those crowds had these cell phone cameras, if they were tweeting just as things happened right away, posting on their Facebook, texting their friends, you get a whole different amount of information to pull data from.
Yeah. For sure.
I smell a FBI conspiracy talk coming up.
Go for it.
That's why I stay out of that. I stay out of that channel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hard for you to relate, eh?
I think you guys,
it's hard for me to
you got
relate.
some good topics in there though.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just not really my topic.
Yeah, I
Your
understand.
forte, yeah.
That's and I've got no problem with people who are into ads. Not for me.
I just could talk for hours about it though.
Oh,
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just not.
I could too,
Nothing against it. It's just not for me.
Especially since I started
I
watching
agree.
Alex Jones.
You're good. You're good. You're a Windows fanboy.
I'm a Windows fanboy.
And I'm a Linux user.
And
Formats
I'm
Windows.
whatever. I'm everything.
Hey, you know what's really funny? When your friend sends you a link in an email or in a text, but it's more than 160 characters, so it gets broken up into 2 texts, and it makes the link completely useless. That's always fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, so no, but isn't it
Yeah,
awesome?
I guess Miles says that we didn't tweet out the link to the live stream.
Yeah, but think of Twitter. Twitter
But I did.
is the biggest thing, and how quickly news can travel because of Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I
What's-
Maybe natural
what's the-
disasters.
The last time I saw the stats was that the average Facebook friend, or the average Facebook person had 140 friends. And that if you, now think of it that way, of those 140 friends, this is 140 friends. And I tell you something that you share, it's just ripple.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's for stupidity, like kittens and fake rumors and, oh my god, don't drink Coca-Cola.
For somebody, though, that's a journalist or something, or working in a newsroom or something, that can be very useful.
Cool. Yeah,
You watch the
cool.
news, even me, I was watching the social media and just nothing, everything, and just continuous, streams of information on it.
And it's
You
good
watch
and
the news and you see, they're not referring to these, big news sources all the time. On Twitter, and you see that, they look at stuff on Twitter.
You have, basically we have 1,000,000 times more primary sources. People who are posting things and they're saying, not because I got this from CNN, not because I talked to the leader of the FBI, because I saw it myself.
Yeah.
Which is something that never happened before. And of course there's a downside, and that's because I could tweet out and I could be like, oh my god, I just saw Jason Goyette getting arrested because of this. And if somebody tweets that back and it just keeps going, rumors start. Yeah, Jason Goyette got arrested because he was drinking terrible beer. And
Well, yeah, that's a crime, though.
and
That's true.
And so there you go. Rumors can start that way. Is my point. If there's a major issue going, like there was in Boston, like there has been in California, like there has been in New York City, Oklahoma, somebody tweets a rumor, it's way more likely to get picked up. It's instantly spread. Anybody who reads it who isn't aware of how the internet works is going to believe that. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much time. Actually, you guys have seen. I've written a blog post about this, about people who just believe anything they read on the internet.
Yeah, it just makes me cringe when I see people like that.
I text my mom all the time when she posts something on Facebook. It's stupid. I'm like, no, that's not true. She's like, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to know that. Try Googling that.
Isn't there a site that can debunk a lot of that stuff? Like called Snopes or something like that?
Yeah. It's phenomenal. So, like I said, it's
very useful.
Double-edged sword. Double-edged sword.
Definitely.
It's an excellent tool because information gets spread so much faster. It's a terrible tool because lies get spread so much faster. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, definitely. It's got its pros and cons. Snopes.com,
Snopes.com, Snopes.
Mm-hmm. But I do think that the pros far outweigh the cons. I think I like it.
And some of the stuff you see on Facebook now, you see these gruesome stories of these things happening to people, and do some research into it, and when you research it, you find out, hey, this never happened.
That's the biggest thing. I'm like, yeah, no. The most recent thing was my mom actually shared a post about saying that, we need to ban people using their food stamps in restaurants because we shouldn't be paying for people to go to restaurants and using their welfare food stamps and pay for their meal. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Mom, you can't do that. You could use, there's a cash benefit. You might get X amount of money in food stamps and then X amount of money in cash that you can go to the ATM and use for cash purchases because sometimes you can't buy everything with food stamps. That's the idea behind it. But you can't. I can't walk into a restaurant and pay for my meal with food stamps. It would have to come out of that cash benefits. So I sent her that. I said, no, you can't do that. And she goes, well, how was I supposed to know? So Google it before you share it. When you share it, you're putting your name on that.
Yeah, there's certain things that I don't. Yeah, if I don't trust it, I'll research it.
Exactly. I research everything before I post it.
If it's real, okay, fine, I'll share it. If it's not, well, you're scum for sharing it if you created it.
The thing is, they shift the blame. If I share something, I'm going to use my mom, and I love my mom. I love you, Mom. I'm going to use this as an example again. If I share something if she shares something with me, and I say, no, that's not true, she goes, oh, well, this person said it's true. And I said, yeah, but when you click the share button, you're putting your name on it, which basically means you're lying.
Yeah, that's the downside there.
I don't know. It's a topic I could talk about for a very long time and complain about. Jason, what do you think? You've been kind of quiet.
Oh, God. I could talk forever about it, but
Hey, go ahead. You're holding yourself back
well,
too much.
I don't want to lead into the conspiracy topics and all.
No, don't touch the conspiracy topics. But I mean, what do you think about the whole, the influence of technology and the sharing of news and the sharing of events?
Oh, I love it. It's great for business. It's great for connecting with other people across the world. It's great for finding out breaking events and breaking news around the world and stuff that's happening. And if you didn't have that, then you would never find out. You would never be able to call your family and make sure they're okay. You'd never be able to call your friends and tell them, hey, don't go there, or hey, be careful. You wouldn't be able to do any of that. But it's also a double-edged sword where certain people, I can say, that sit up in the big White House up there can, break into the cameras or use the cameras for certain reasons, and I'm not going to break into that. So, yeah, I definitely am all for the cameras, for the taking pictures, the Twitter, all that. I'm all for social media, social networking, and getting what's happening in the world out there to everyone who's on the social networks. I'm all for that.
Yeah, it's changing everything too, which is really cool.
What's that?
I said it's changing everything, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We don't know what's next. What is next? What is next for social networking and social media?
You don't have to rely on CNN anymore. You don't have to rely on Fox or anything.
Absolutely not.
You can get it from independent people.
It's faster.
I got Twitter open right now, actually.
You just have to know how to filter out the crap.
Exactly, and that's that's a skill I hope will develop with time.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could just punch everybody who lies.
Yeah, that'd be, make it illegal to, share crap, and then everybody learn real quick.
We'll follow them, and then boom.
Okay.
You share that.
Because video games said it was okay.
Yeah.
That's why.
You look on Twitter right now, you see news stories, you see other crap that no one cares about, and stuff like that.
Yep. It's true. But I think we basically hit on it all.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely need more topics, guys.
Yeah, well, I think what we really need is more structure. But we could,
more structure, more. Not just mention a couple things and then move on. We need a more in-depth.
Before we start talking about that, let's jump off air and talk about it off air.
All
right, yeah, no problem. All right, thank you guys for watching. This is FTI Live Tech Talk. I am Jason Goyette.
I'm Cole Kruper.
And I'm Joe Biden.
Oh, you stole it from me.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
He stole it from me.
We'll see you guys next time.
Announced that they're going to be killing it off now.
Yeah. Did you use it for
I haven't
Google
used
Chrome?
it in a long time.
I actually like it for Google Chrome. Google Chrome is pretty decent.
I mean, what does it give you over the standard sort of Twitter interface, though? I mean, I've got no problems with the Twitter interface.
I can have like all my Twitter accounts. All my Twitter accounts, I have like 5 of them. So I could add all 5 to that tweet deck, and it'll have all 5 like streams and all 5 mentions and all 5 messages and everything all right there.
That's
but
true.
when you go to Twitter.com, you can't do that.
That's true. I mean, is there another option that's available? Because I remember when TweetTech got bought out by Twitter.
Yeah, Tweetbot.
When TweetTech got bought out by Twitter, they announced that this was going to sort of happen over time, and I think that's the only major option, multi-user tweeting, that's available in TweetDeck, but not actually on the actual Twitter applications now, because they integrated a lot of it.
Yeah.
Is there other options?
I do like the TweetDeck though, but I don't like it. I don't like it for the iPhone. I tried it on the iPhone and I didn't like it.
Okay. Have you tried Metro on your laptop?
I like it a lot better for Google Chrome.
Yeah, they're keeping the
What's
Google
that?
Chrome version.
Did you? Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try Metro Tweet on your laptop.
What'd you say, Chris?
Did you try Metro Tweet on your laptop?
Yeah, I tried it, but it was alright. It was decent.
Yeah, I thought it was all right too. I tried that too. It just seemed.
Yeah, it was alright.
It seemed like I was missing out.
No problem with it.
How did you try it on Linux?
Exactly.
Well, I tried it on Windows 8 because remember, I got this computer partitioned, so it's 2 OSs.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's just the process of killing the application off. They've already announced they're gonna kill the application off, and now they're doing it sort of in waves. They don't want to kill complete support overnight, but they're going there.
Now, do you think they're going to add anything to the Google Chrome desktop version?
Absolutely not. No, TweetTech, they already announced
Chrome
TweetTech is dead. They're going to kill it. They've stopped development for it. We're not going to see any features.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it might be. I don't know, actually.
I might actually have that phone back tonight. I kind of want to use it. I miss it. My friend's actually borrowing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of troubleshooting live here. How do I tweet out the link to the live?
Can't tell you what I just tweeted. I just shared it on Facebook.
Oh, you did?
Like the link is at the very, very top, but I'll just send you the link in the chat.
Yeah, but let me know. How do I do that though? Like, how do I tweet the live stream?
Okay, do you see where the? I thought I muted that damn thing.
No, it's not. I did.
I thought I did. But no, where you see the mute microphone button, if you just go over to the left there, you should see a bunch of stuff there.
I just see embed. Oh, okay, there we go.
Click on it.
All right, I got you. Troubleshooting live here, huh?
Yeah, that's what we should call this.
Hey, with time, we'll get there. In the meantime, you guys, this is the worst game on the planet.
Never played it, so I
Sonic?
can tell you.
I played
Seems
it.
we have better conversation when we're not streaming.
When we're not streaming, well, it's because everyone's like, I don't know, everyone was just kind of sitting here talking, and then we went streaming. Now everyone's multitasking. You can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
If you're multitasking, you're not going to pick up the small talk.
Okay, let me stream this or tweet this out.
Yeah.
Live.
You really can't multitask in there in live chat. You just end up going. Then the camera cuts to you, and you're just like this. You're like.
Yeah, you were typing
What?
it.
It's very obvious.
Yeah, cool.
Well, guys, talk amongst yourselves right now.
Well, we can't. No, we gotta wait till we're all set up here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait.
All right.
We'll wait, eh?
So,
It's only a couple minutes.
what topic's next?
Google Fiber thing.
Those are the news topics.
And Cole, no.
Well, you probably should.
Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? Let me go ahead and do that then.
Because what does it say right now? We have 0 viewers.
Yeah, go. Oh, well, talk amongst yourselves while I tweet this out there. How's that sound? You could go on with the next topic. The next topic is the Samsung bigger and smaller Ultra HD sets incoming at IFA 2013. Now, my question is, do you think you would actually buy? I know there was like an argument saying, "Hey, it's too big, we want it smaller." So now they have the option for a smaller.
I don't. I have a. Right now, this is what I have, right? All right, that's 36 inches. That's exactly what I want. I don't want anything smaller than that. I don't want anything larger than that until I have a living room. When I have a living room, I want 50, 54, but not smaller. Why would I want smaller? I can't. I play video games. I couldn't play something on something smaller. You just can't do it.
Just seen something here that kind of worries me.
What?
What channel are we broadcasting this on?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, because it doesn't show up on the FTI channel.
Shit. I'm not broadcasting on the FTI.
No, it's posted. It doesn't get broadcast over YouTube. It's a Google Hangout.
I'm actually on my channel.
I just noticed that there's something wrong there.
I totally forgot all about it. I got so much stuff. I got so many YouTube channels, so many Twitter accounts. It's like
Maybe I should just handle this
I
stuff.
need a manager.
We gotta try to step it up on that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I need a manager for all that crap. I'm gonna cut out some of the.
Yeah, well, let's
cut out the Twitter.
do this then. Basically, do this. Keep going right now. We'll keep going live, which is fine. Whatever. It's recording. Edit it afterwards. Cut out this junk here, and then post it to the right channel.
All right.
Absolutely, you're right. I'll do that.
But let's
Simple.
keep.
You solved it right there, Chris.
It's how I roll. It's because I use Windows 8.
Oh, really? Because I'm a Linux user, I don't know how to problem solve?
Alright, so let's keep going.
Hey, thank you for that, Cole.
Yeah. I don't think there's too much of a story with the TV thing. I think you're going to saturate the market eventually. You need to have new options. If popping a 720p panel into a 18-inch TV is then going to sell a TV, then pop an 18-inch panel into it. Sell it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be a huge market thing. I don't think we're going to see a huge number of TVs, flat panel 18-inch 1080p, because you can't see 1080p that small. A 720p TV and a 1080p TV look exactly the same. At that size, anyway. That's why I don't understand 1080p phones. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, it's just something to get you to buy it.
Gonna have a 10,000p phone with a 10,000 core processor and 50 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, they're getting pretty crazy with the processors in smartphones nowadays.
Oh, well, they got that 8-core processor in that Samsung S4.
No,
Yeah,
how many processor? You know how many cores my processor my laptop has? Guess. How many do you think it has?
I'm gonna guess and say 4.
Cool. Jason?
Dual core.
I've got an i3. It's a dual-core hyper-threaded processor, so it's got 2 actual physical cores, 4 virtual cores. My phone has this phone has 2 cores. I think the Galaxy Nexus is a single core, isn't it? Or is it 2?
All right, guys, welcome to a FTI Live Tech Talk. I'm Jason Goyette.
I'm Kruper, I guess.
And I don't know if the camera's on me, but I'm Chris Call.
It is.
Alright, I'm Chris Call.
Yeah.
And he's a big Windows fanboy.
I am the Windows fanboy.
Yes.
I love it.
Windows 8 is
Yeah,
the
the
best
Windows
according to
fanboy.
him.
Windows 8 is amazing.
To me, it's got some things going for it, and
Check
A
this
lot
out, folks. Check
going
this out,
against
folks.
it.
Give me the camera again. Look at this. Boom. Because I like.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I
Oh,
love that.
and watch this. Watch this. I'll show you. Okay. So if you click this button, you get this thing.
You taking a drink?
Okay? You get all your applications and files and such.
Actually, Cole, I just see. I see the Hangout, and that's it.
Oh, really? Weird. Hang on then.
Yeah, make sure you do the full screen option.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the full. Yeah.
Problem is, hang on. Hopefully it shares the right screen.
Oh, I see. There we
Okay,
go.
so this one shares my desktop.
There you go.
Okay. If I click that, this thing comes up.
Oh, so it's almost like my start screen, except not as good.
Oh, no, this is better. Yeah, your
Exactly.
applications here. You know, files, photos, other things. And a legal notice.
Oh, good to have legal notices built in.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to get this thing going, guys?
Yeah. I'm just getting Facebook Home set up here on my thing.
All right, Jason, start us off, man.
So the topic is Tweetk for Air, iPhone, and Android to stop working May 7th. Now, do you guys really use Tweetk?
I don't know. Not since they
No?
said. Not since the